Welcome to the Vintage Electronics channel, and I'm excited. Look at that. That mess right there is a Mattel Electronics IntelliVision. I wanted one of these things when I was a kid. We had an Atari 2600 that I thought was great, and a friend of mine had one of these, and I've always wanted one. So I picked this one up. I have no idea if it works. So let's take a look at this, find out about it, what is it, and see if we can play some games. I know I'm easily entertained, but this is just an exciting day for me. There's always been something about these telephone-looking controllers and the television console that's always intrigued me. And I have not seen one probably since 1982. It's been a long time. They're an interesting game. They were cartridge-based. I believe the cartridges on these were 4K ROM. And they had 4K of ROM built in. The development on these actually started in 1977, which is actually the same year that Atari had released the 2600. So they were a little bit late getting into it, and that's why a lot of people maybe haven't heard of the IntelliVision. But they launched it in 1979, so 2 years of development. By then, the Atari 2600 had been out for 2 years already and had a huge following. And they had trouble getting games licensed and all that, too. You know, later on, they ended up licensing some Activision games like Pitfall here, which was one of my favorites on the Atari. But it was a kind of a neat console. Ended up, sticking around until mid-80s, I think, as the original IntelliVision. And after that, there were some other iterations of it, too, that came along. They even made a keyboard attachment for this, an IntelliVoice cartridge expansion that went in here that was a kind of a speech synthesis device. So they tried to make it as relevant as they could in the market. It was never a big seller. It was never, anything that was super popular. But, here it is. We'll start off, I think we'll clean it up a little bit. It's a little dirty. Check it out, maybe take it apart, see what's inside, and then try it out, and hopefully it passes the smoke test. Now we'll start off with just a little bit of dusting. We'll try some compressed air. Get a lot of that just loose gunk off of there. And then just a little bit of spraying and cleaning. We'll see if we can get it looking at least halfway decent here. And there's some... Oh, that's actually making a pretty big difference already. Yeah, she is a little dirty. And I really hope this thing works. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I've been looking for one. Didn't want to spend a fortune on it because I've never been a huge gamer. Even when I was a little kid in the 80s, we had an Atari 2600 at home. Loved the thing. I mean, played it all the time. We had probably 20 games. It was fun. But beyond that, the next computerized thing that we got was a Commodore 128 computer. And there were decent games for the Commodore, but my friends all had Nintendos and Segas and all that, and those are really the big game consoles. I never had one of those, so I never really got into the gaming part of it. So, but now that I'm getting older, the new games that my kids play and all of that just are not that interesting to me. I'm not into that whole first-person shooter thing and the violence that a lot of these games have. So I'm kind of looking for kind of some retro fun. We'll break out the Commodore here at some point and take a look at that because I've got that here and it works great. Same one that I had when I was a kid. My parents kept it, and I've used it ever since. Alright, we got that looking pretty good. And kind of, I guess one of the neat things with these IntelliVisions was how the controller is stored in it. I mean, they also had ridiculously short cords on them, which, you know, I think could have been a downfall, but flip this thing over here. So we got our channel 3 and 4 selector there. Mattel Inc. 1979. Oh, that's neat. And there's our cartridge slot here on the side. Alright, let's get this in a position where we can maybe take a look at the inside of it here. Alright, got the other screws. Get last one out there. See how this thing comes apart. End up losing all my screws everywhere. There we go. Pull these out of the way. There we go. Well, there's not a whole lot to see in there. Pretty well got everything covered up. I'm not sure how much I want to take apart here. Let's see if we can get the cover off of this. At least see if we can see the circuit board in there. Well, that's actually kind of disappointing. It's all kind of in a case there, and that heat shield looks like it's soldered on there, so I really don't want to try taking that apart too far, because I'd sure like this thing to work when we get done with it. Alright, well, I guess we will put everything back together here and continue cleaning up a little bit and see if she works. Kind of blow that. A little dusty, but not too bad. Alright, let's get this put back together and let's see if she works. Alright, so we are all put back together, plugged in. Cool thing that the IntelliVision had was with the games, it came with these little inserts that went over the keypad that showed you your different functions on your gamepad, which was kind of neat. Let's see what we got on the video monitor. Oh my goodness, it's 1982 all over again. Let's see. Let's give this a shot. I haven't played this game in so long. Okay, I guess we're down here now. I'm going to end up dying probably. Not the best controllers in the world, I'll have to say. They're kind of really loose feeling, and I kind of remember them being this way when they were new. Like the little joypad at the bottom just well, and now you can see why I'm not real good at playing video games. Never was my thing. Well, at least we got this thing working. Even if I'm not too good at it. Well, I guess that's it for me on there. Alright, well, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe and give us a like down at the bottom. If you have any questions or anything that I can answer, or any subjects you'd like to see in further videos in the future, feel free to leave that in the comments below, and we'll kind of go from there. But until next time, thanks for watching the Vintage Electronics channel, and we'll see you.